What's up, guys? Harold here, Figure Mania Show. Welcome back to another episode of the Titan Masters, everybody. So today I am joined by the late Toy Show Alan and our brand new Titan Master, Brandosaurus Rex. Let's give him a big hand, everybody.
Thank you.
And then there were six. And then there were six. And now join. Oh, here comes Patrick. Okay. Can you hear us, Patrick? Probably not. In any case, we have our very special guest. Okay. The one, the only, the Articulated series. Michael Shipman, thank you so much for coming on our show today. Let's give him a big hand, everybody.
Thank you. Happy to be here, guys. Happy to be here. First
Very
time
cool.
doing a web stream anywhere in a long while.
Really, eh? That's cool. That's very cool. All right, so Michael, tell us a bit about yourself before we get into it.
Sure, no problemo. So, growing up, I always had a kind of a hankering to do some filmmaking, and what better way to do it with my toys, right? Growing up in the 90s. So, Trendmasters Godzilla figures were my first big exposure when it came to toys in the line. And so with that, I would just literally go outside into my sandbox, and that would be my play area where I would take my little camera. It was an old VHS camera, Magnavox, I think is what the brand was, and film stuff with that. And I had no way to edit it. I just thought it was cool to film everything. So there's hands everywhere and whatnot. But fast forward many years later, I got into film school, went there. I got a degree in film, TV, radio. And since then, I've just kind of been dabbling in, more other kind of work besides toy photography, monsters, any of that stuff. It was mostly production. You can actually look me up on IMDb. There's some stuff on there. I think the last thing I did was with Pauly Shore, actually. It was a little short film we put together.
Really?
Yeah. So shout out to that. It's What Slays in Vegas if you guys want to check that out. It's I think that's the name that he settled on. But yeah, check it out if you want to check it out. Then after that, kind of rewinding a little bit, because that's more stuff. It wasn't until 2012, I remember vaguely, I was walking into the mall and I saw the Godzilla 1954 Monster Arts figure in there, and I saw that. I had a double take. I was like, that looks pretty good for a toy. That's way better than my Trendmaster figures. So I'm holding it, I'm looking at it, it's like, this is pretty cool, but I'm not really big into toys and stuff like that. So I look at the price, and it's because it's at a mall, you can expect a huge markup. So they were selling it for like $199 at the time. I was like, yep, nope, done with that.
$199.
Right, and that was when it was released. That was still out in that area. It was like early 2013 now I think about it when I saw that. But I was just like, wow, that's kind of expensive. But then I found out doing some digging. At the time, I was with Toho Kingdom as a contributor, working with Chris. And we kind of started getting a little curious about it. And I joined the toy threads over there and just kind of perused that. And then it's like, oh, this is a big thing. So I kind of did my own research on it and finally found the right places where to buy these from for the right prices. And I was going to other comic book shops. And this is when you could get Rodan, the Fire Rodan figure, for as low as like $20 to $40, depending on where you went. So I managed to just start snatching them up. I think the first official one I actually owned was the King Ghidorah figure, the 1991 King Ghidorah. That is not it. That is the special color version right behind me. But that was the first one that I got. And then it was just kind of downhill after that. I just started getting them. And then we go into 2013, where I met Bluefin at SDCC. And I was with Chris. We were doing coverage for Toho Kingdom for the 2014 Godzilla movie at the time. And so we started talking to Bluefin, and we were talking about maybe doing coverage for the line for Monster Arts. And, Chris was going to handle more of the interview stuff, and I was going to handle a photo visual kind of stuff. So I said, well, why don't I just try some stop motion? That'll be pretty cool than just doing regular photos. So
Sure.
I tried my hand at some stop motion stuff. It was just kind of playing around. I was like, I think I could probably do this, right? I have an understanding of how this works. It's just more putting it into practice. So if you ever watch the Destroyer Evolution set, that one is the very first stop motion that I did in a professional capacity. And it was pretty rough if you compare it to the most recent stuff that I've done. A lot of people really liked it, though, when it first came out. And that's what got me in with Bluefin at the time. So we were hashing it out. They were giving me figures to review, stuff to make those scenes out of. And
oh, cool.
That relationship still continues to this day. They still send me stuff, and not so much on the stop motion stuff anymore, because during the time when I first started working with them as a contracted employee kind of thing for some of the AVP videos, that was kind of my job at the time. But that has changed quite a bit since then. I think after I did the Alien versus Predator series stop motion videos, I took a little bit of a break because that was a long endeavor working on that stuff. And then I started picking up other work, other film-related work out in the industry. And then I picked up different jobs, kind of over the place. I was working at Warner Brothers for a little bit. I don't work there anymore, but now I work with people on the spectrum, people who want to live independently. Oh my God, that's embarrassing right there. What you guys are seeing right there is my initial tests of doing stop motion. It wasn't meant really for anybody to really see this. I did release it, I think, at one point in time. Now I took it away because it's like, I don't want people to watch this really, because this is just more of me just testing and figuring out things. And you actually see, watching this, it kind of gets a little bit better with the animation style. And so I just was trying different things out. And then it was right after I filmed this sequence right here, that's when I kind of buckled down, literally I think 10 or 15 days after this, to do the Destroy animation, the Evolution set. So, which is a significant improvement, because this one right here, I'm not actually filming it at 24 frames per second. I'm just kind of snapping photos, and I'm experimenting with different frame rates throughout that whole bit. So,
oh, cool.
But that's how that one. That's how that one appeared right there.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, because So how? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you. It's a question. One of the questions later that I'm saving for. But to begin the interview process, how and when did you become a fan of giant monsters, Michael?
Oh my God, that was very early on. I'm pretty sure that every kaiju fan can relate to this. I can't remember how old I was. I just remember that I was a kid that was bouncing off the walls, and my mom needed to sit me in front of the TV. So what'd we do? We went to the old Wayside Video. This is before Blockbuster and anything else was in our town, and we rented a copy of The Terror of Mechagodzilla. And I think I want to say I was maybe 6 or 7 years old at the time when I watched this. But that moment when I watched that, it's like, this is the coolest thing in the world. This is before Jurassic Park or anything like that. So this is the closest thing you had to a giant monster movie. And then from there, my mom was like, oh, you like that? So she went to the video store and basically rented out all of the Godzilla movies at the time. I think there was like 6. They were all Showa era stuff. I didn't watch them in any specific order, but I loved them all. I love the characters, and that's where it all started.
That's cool. That's fantastic. Everybody who we interview here has a unique beginning. You know what I mean? Going into this Godzilla fandom, So that's awesome, man. Yeah. So you kind of alluded to already to what led you to start the website, the Articulated series website. For a long time, going into the next question, I thought, like, when I first stumbled onto the website, Michael, I thought that was an official website, okay, for SH Monsters. Was that the case for a while, or wasn't it, or was it ever?
No, it wasn't ever official. It was purely hobby related, and the reason why I did it was 2 reasons. One, I wanted to showcase my stop motions independently from the Toho Kingdom website, so I wanted to go in a different direction. And then the other thing was, everybody was asking a lot of questions like, how do I get these figures and stuff? And, a lot of the consensus at the time was like, oh, just look at the Tamashi website. But that doesn't help us here in the United States necessarily, that maybe aren't so savvy about importing or choose not to import. They want to buy domestically. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a website that kind of catalogs everything. Why not? And I'll have my own content at the same time. So, and that's kind of how that started. And I think it was mostly confusing looking back on it because it was never the Articulation series featuring Monster Arts. It was SH Monster Arts, and then it says the Articulation series underneath that. So
Yeah.
it's brand confusion right there. And, you know, I probably would do it differently now. But that's just kind of what I did because I was thinking I never expected it to go as far as it is where we are right now with the website. So I always figured that it was just like, yeah, it's just be a little small pocket in the corner of the internet. Nobody's going to really come here to find all the information. But, you know, if you've been around since I launched that website in 2013, it has changed and it's gotten all these different facelifts and more modern now than
I remember, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
like
modern.
I've kept up with it, sure.
So,
yeah, because like, I'm sorry, Michael, to cut you off. The thing about it is that it's very professional looking, you know. So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were convinced that this was an official site, because when I saw this, I was very convinced that this is an official site for, you know, for SH Monster Arts and stuff, you know what I mean? But then come to find out it wasn't, but I still kept up with it. And then like I got in touch with you eventually, and then like you were going through a process of like reinventing the website. You added the Community Pro Gallery, and I remember you going through all that process and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a year-long facelift to the whole website.
Sure. Yes, there it is right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So a lot has changed.
Yeah. So you also started doing you know, the process of like making the 3D box art and the info for the figures. Can you tell us more about the process of like how you go about it and how long it takes and things?
Sure. It doesn't actually take too long to do it. It's just more about finding the time to do them and put them up there. So I'm just kind of gradually putting them out until the whole collection's available up there. But yeah, so the whole process is, you know, I take it up on this. This is my workbench right here, this table. And I just throw it up on here. I've got my studio lights and all that equipment and everything, and snap a couple photos. I get, you know, pretty much face on, and they're not scans, if that's what everybody's thinking, if they're scans or if they're, you know, sent from Bandai, sent to me or to Machinations. They're not. I am actually taking a photo of them the best I can with little reflection as possible. Sometimes it's unavoidable depending on the box. And then I take that into Lightroom, color correct everything, try to make it as neutral as possible because I want you guys to see what it looks like, you know, as if you were holding it in your hand. And then after that, it's into Photoshop where it gets cropped up, you know, just so it's just the single side panels. And then I throw it into a 3D program. It's called 3D Box Shot. You got to pay for it if you want it, but it's free to try if you're curious about it. And with that, I have to measure just to make sure that all the panels are, you know, they're the right measurement so that what you see on the website is actually, you know, accurate, as close as it's going to get to the actual width, you know, the dimensions of the box and everything. So I measure out the boxes myself. I get all the measurements and I put that up on the website, and I put that on a website hosting service that's called P3D. They're really great. They host 3D models, not just my boxes, but anything that you want that's a 3D service. It's free right now. I'm sure that as soon as they get bigger that you have to pay. I do pay a little bit of a premium because I do have a lot of content on there so far. So, and I want that content to be in HD for everybody to look at. And it's also really cool because it provides you an AR feature. So say you want, freaking out if you guys have tried this. If you go on the box arts that are on the website there, it takes you to the P3D website. You can use the AR feature on your mobile device, and you can just put it right here on your desk and say, you know, maybe yell at your friends and say, hey, look what I already got it early when you don't even really have it. So you can see what the box looks like in your personal living space. It's kind of similar to like Amazon shopping sort of thing. So
what's the link? Can you share the link to that, the interactive site?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you that well.
The link to the interactive 3D stuff. Is it on your website or?
It is. So the way it works is there's a hosting website that you can go to. It's called p3d.com. or you could go onto any of my monster pages that I have on the website. So say you click on, the recent release Godzilla Ultima, you click on him, you scroll down, you see the box art right there. There's an option where you can view it on the P3D website. So let me pull it up really quick. I'll just share it with the community here in the chat, and so people can check it out. But it's 1 second. So if you guys want the web address, it's p3d.in/u/u or /task_. I'm just going to put it in the thing. I'm sorry. Let me just put it in the chat. You guys.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
I'm going to throw it in the chat. Here you go.
Speaking of chat, let's acknowledge some people. So Jamzilla, thank you for coming. She's always here every show, never misses. So, and she was one of our past guests. So hope you're well, Jam. And we have Plush Memes. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming. And we have Kaijutopia. Okay, so he was our special guest last episode. So even when he first started, Michael's stop motion was pretty good. He's had a positive influence on every stop motion artist I know. Nothing but gratitude, my friend. There you go, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
He does great work too. I was watching some of the recent stuff. It's great. It's interesting because every stop motion artist does things differently. So he definitely films the ways that I don't particularly do. I do more of the traditional, you have to move everything, frame by frame with your arm and stuff like that. And, I know he had the video where he had the tail and he was moving it. It's a different style of getting the job done. It works. But it's just so great to see everybody do different things when it comes to their stop motion animation process.
Yeah. And I noticed that you have some Ulanzis there too, eh?
Yeah, I got a couple of those, and I have to thank you for that, sir, because I happened to see some of your stuff, and I was just like, you know what, these would be great to enhance my stuff, because normally when I'm using my stop motion, all of my effects are digital, so incorporating a little bit of, actual lighting inside the scenes, we might actually see one of those today if there's time. Where you can see some of those lights. You don't see the lights themselves, but you can see how they make the stop motion so much better than just the digital effects. Sure,
yeah. Awesome, man. So, so when you've been when you're doing of all the stop motion that you've done, which figure has been the most difficult to work with when doing stop motion, Michael?
There are two.
Okay.
Two of them are tied for the hardest ones to deal with. And the first one is the Destroy Evolution set. The aggregate forms, they're insanely hard to hold still while you're animating. I don't know why I was thinking when I decided to do that as my first project, because they're the hardest ones to move in stop motion. You have to really rig those things down to get the best motion possible. Otherwise, they just scoot across. It's not fun. Second hardest one, this guy right here, King Ghidorah.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
And when it's not flying, it's actually very easy. But when you do a flying scene, that is ridiculously hard. I'll put it this way, just to do 17 seconds of footage of flying took me 3 days to animate this sucker right here.
Oh, wow.
It was a process. So,
3 days.
And that was 6-hour sessions for those 3 days. So that was a lot.
That's one of those things.
Seconds.
Yeah, because I get asked questions like that. Oh, Harold, why don't you do, your photography is great. Why don't you do stop motion and stuff like that? And no way, man. Listening to you, it takes you that long. I was like, forget it, man. I just have no time for that. I mean, I'm in my school right now. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I'm busy. I'm self-employed now and things, and you know what I mean? I just don't have the time for that. I barely have. I have time for toy photography, but not for that, man. No way.
Yeah, and that's largely, I get a lot of people out there. They always message me, "Hey, how come you don't do the stop motions anymore? How come?" And it's just it's really down to time, and also I want to make sure that the stop motion stuff that I do really holds up and goes up the next level every time I do it. And so if I'm feeling tired at the end of the day, of a work day and everything. I'm just like, I can't do it because it's not going to be that great. And I have a lot of those days, unfortunately, when that happens. But I am making sure that we are top-notch quality in the 10th anniversary video that's coming up. And even then, the video itself isn't going to be crazy long, but here we are, and it's still not been released yet. Hopefully by November.
Yeah, I remember. We worked on that like a year ago already, right, Michael? Like
We started working on it in October last year.
Sure, yeah.
So that was the end of October is when I started working on it. I had to take a little bit of hiatus after I think February. Got back into it in May. Took June off. July, started working on it some more, and then still working on it today. So
yeah.
Although I had to clear off all the set just to make this look all nice for you guys.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
So where do you find the ideas and inspirations for doing like your stop motion and your shots? Like, is it from other artists or like from, you know what I mean? Like, where do you get that?
A lot of the inspiration for my shots is from the movie themselves. A lot of I like to recreate those moments. I mean, that's the idea. I get these figures and I'm just like, wow, it'd be really great to recreate that moment, recreate that shot for shot if I could. So, and you can even see that in some of the stop motion animations I did earlier. I had some shots that were kind of similar, or if not spot on, with some of the scenes that were in the movies themselves. But I kind of go with believe it or not, I believe, this is what I think, is that in cinema, when it comes to Godzilla and other monsters, there are certain rules when it comes to filmmaking them. In like one of the rules is that you try to avoid filming the monster straight on because they look goofy, like super goofy. You always want to keep it, either a below level, kind of angled up at their faces, mostly profile-ish in a way, but not necessarily 100% a profile. And if it's a large monster scene, you're up above. You're up at the highest monster's level, usually looking down, because you want to show, like in, for example, Godzilla versus Biollante. You see, the camera angle shifting between Biollante and Godzilla, like up and low, up and down kind of thing. Sure. So, but there's just certain rules. I feel like that they're unspoken rules, but I try to see that stuff and apply that to my photography at the same time. I'll put it this way. I haven't released these photos yet, too, with the Mechagodzilla 2021. That figure is very difficult to photograph. I don't know if you guys have felt the same way about it, but
it lacks articulation, like in the torso. Like there's no articulation at all for that figure, which is a little disappointing for me. You know what I mean? Because like in the movie and like some of the stuff that's been put out, like the Prime 1 Studios, you see how Mechagodzilla is posed for that Prime 1 Studios statue. Like I want to be able to pose my Mechagodzilla like that, but you can't. You know what I mean? So it's like
so. And it's also because it's leaning forward in just about every kind of pose you do. So when you point your camera at that, you just kind of like the proportion. You know how cameras work. It's got that warp effect to it. So you look at it and you're like, this doesn't look good. And I think when I first had Mechagodzilla 2021 on this table, I'm just going up and down all around, like trying to find that right perfect angle to get it. And I finally found it, but it was a struggle trying to find that one.
Yeah, man. I mean, some figures are a little harder to photograph than others. You know what I mean? There are times where I'm like, oh man, yeah, there it is. You see? Like look at that beautiful pose. You know what I mean? You cannot do that with the SH Monster Arts. You just can't. Can't do it. Brandon, what's your experience been with the Mechagodzilla?
I actually really like it. I do like it, but I do see what you're talking about on like that, the way it's like hunched, that it's never gonna go like for like. I remember when I first got it, I was like, I love this, but I don't know what to do with it, and I rarely use it for anything, and when I do use it, I'm like, I hate this, I'm scrapping this, and like they always end up in like I'm like delete, no, delete.
Right,
no.
yeah.
It looks really good when you put color on it, and it looks really cool if you could get that red to pop. Like if you could like almost like fake red with like some red lighting, and like it'll like shine through, and it kind of looks like the way it does closer in the movie, without having to like customize it. And I kind of get to that happy place of like the look, but there's something about the way he's just like derpily like just like You know, like
Yeah.
like his head is just sticking out like a little just too far. And
Yeah,
I
and
just
like
don't know what to do with him.
when I move his arms, like I feel like I'm like inches away from breaking his arms, like when I'm posing him and
Mhm.
things. You know what I mean? Do you feel that? You know what I mean? Like
There's a lot
it's
of
been
tension
tough.
in like like in his elbows and his
Yes,
shoulders. It's
yes,
like when you and then
yeah.
it feels what I would say is like he feels like his arms are separate, like way too far out than the rest of the
Hmm.
figure. So like when you're moving it, it feels like you're moving like it almost feels like an old school toy. You know what I mean? Like when they don't have the
Yeah,
articulation, that it's just like a one swivel kind of thing. That's what I feel
yeah,
like I'm doing.
yeah,
It's pretty stiff
yeah.
too.
Yes, it's
I
very
have
It's
this
stiff.
very stiff. Yeah.
I have this synthetic oil that I had to put all over the die-cast joints, and that seems to make it move a lot better after trying that. So I don't know if you've tried that yet yourself, but that
No, I
really works.
haven't.
No,
Yeah.
now I might actually try that.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
it might be different wherever you guys are at, but it's the one I use is just called Liberty Synthetic Shock Oil is what it's called. So, but it works very
Mhm.
well. Only do it on the die-cast joints. Try not to do it on your plastic joints. It doesn't seem to work that well on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Jamzilla says no waist articulation on Gigan, not enough articulation on his bicep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hmm. And
That's a tough one to
I
do
find that
when it comes to
if you
engineering.
pop out that chain, the metal piece in the center, if you could
mhm.
pop it a little bit, and then you could kind of get them to wiggle a bit. So try that. Like that's my little technique for getting Gigan to do anything. I just pop that little metal piece out, and then like
Yeah.
the whole top can shift around, and it makes it a little bit easier.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Yeah.
saw, you can lift it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
just pop that out, and it works. It works perfectly.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried that because I've done a few. I've done like a handful of shots with Gigan and haven't gone back to him. Even Mecha Godzilla. Like I want to get back to Mecha Godzilla,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for that San Diego Comic Con exclusive Kong to come here to Taiwan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that for like a solid minute. I forgot that was a release that's happening. I paid for that.
Yeah.
How did I forget? That's terrible.
Yeah,
That's
man. So,
funny.
Michael, what camera and equipment are you using for all this?
Yes, make us all jealous.
Yeah, so I'm actually using the camera that I shoot with right now as my webcam. It's actually
Mhm.
the Canon 90D,
Mm.
and then that's for all my stop motion. I use that for all the stop motion just because it's small, it's compact, it still shoots a really high resolution. And then for anything video related, I use a Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro camera. So, and that
Mhm.
you can't see it that well, probably because of my lighting setup, but that's this guy right here. So
Oh,
anybody
wow.
ever has used this. Actually, now I think about it, Bandai Namco, they also use this for a lot of their videos that they do. But this shoots in RAW. It's its own proprietary format. It's really great. It shoots stills too. I just prefer to use my 90D though when it comes to still photography.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And so of all the parts on your website, which one is your favorite?
I like the individual monster page. I mean, they're all kind of copies of the same, but I like the way that is formatted.
Mhm.
When you go onto it, it pops up. I used to have the roars that pop up automatically, but I had a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish there was a way to turn this off," because if you go to the same page over and over time, it gets kind of tiresome, right? So it's
Sure.
still there, by the way. If anybody ever noticed, if you click on the picture of any of
Mhm.
the descriptions, it'll still roar right back at you. So,
Hmm.
but that's my favorite page is just the design of the template design that I've created for each monster page because you got the description, you've got, you know, nice moving links that take you to the promo gallery to, it's like a central hub for every single character in a way. So you
Sure.
get the 3D box arts from there. You can go to other, special color versions if they're available. When you scroll down, you can click on that and jumps you right to the page.
Mhm.
The little infographics right there. That's kind of neat too when I put that together, little film
Yeah,
strip
that's
profile
cool.
cards.
Yeah.
So that idea, I was
That.
just like, I want to make little profile cards for them. And I was like, what can I do with this? Oh, I'll try this.
Yeah.
And I think I like the way it turned out.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah. Cool. So, Genny, going on. It's not in. I didn't incorporate the in the question. I just thought of it now. I want to ask you. I want to ask Brandon too. Okay, because we all collect SH Monster Arts. What has been your favorite release of the SH Monster Arts line? Michael, you go first.
Oh, I have so many favorites though. The one that can I put it this way? The one I was
Sure.
really looking forward to the most hasn't been released just yet, but the second favorite at this time is the Biolante figure. It's massive. It works for what it is. It's great. I love it. My favorite one though, and it's only because I'm biased about it. So far, it's going to change in the future, though. I tell you this: it's the Mechagodzilla 1974 figure. I really love it.
Oh.
I actually repainted mine so that it's got black wash on it. I published it a couple posts ago earlier. In this
I
year.
got to do that to mine. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that with mine. Yeah.
But the black wash really makes it look a lot better. And if you're really good with an airbrush, you can go in and add additional shading. It's so funny. The prototype for that actually did have a black wash and shading to it, but then the final release, it sounds like Toho was just like, it needs to be pristine clean. Just like it was at the very beginning of the movie. So
yeah. So
those
Jen
are my
is
two
asking, is it the Rebirth Biolante or the original Biolante?
The original, definitely the original. Oh, so much better. The special color is okay, but I prefer the coloration on the original.
I only picked up the special colors because I missed out on the original. So
yeah. Well, you know, the original got knocked down in price quite a bit, so you might be able to find it if you really wanted it. But I think when you get it, Harold, I think you'd agree that maybe that it would be the better release. The only thing I don't like about the original, though, is that the mouth is kind of pink. I like the inner mouth color that they did for the special color version. I think that's a better color that they chose for that. Okay. But everything else about the figure, the original release, I think it's really good. It's got way more shading in it, too. Much more shading.
Okay.
Especially around the tusks, like this.
Cool. Did they actually fix the mouth real quick on the special colors of Biolante? Because I don't see a difference in how far the mouth opens, like with both of mine, because I have both of them.
Honestly, the engineering is the same.
Right.
All I did, I don't know if I have some photos that I have uploaded, but you can see the mouth is open quite a bit on the special color version. And it's really because I just took a hairdryer to it to loosen it up a little bit.
Oh,
but it does open up that wide. If I'm able to do it, anybody else can do it.
Right.
So
yeah, you got it. You got it. Like, your pose was like crazy. That thing was like arced out.
And that was just because I was working with a special color. I can actually do it with the original as well. But that's the key. If you guys are experiencing any kind of resistance in that stuff, maybe you just need to heat it up with a heat dryer. That'll loosen up the plastic right there. Because when you get these things out of the box, they're stiff. They're super stiff. Most of the time. Most of the time, right? We have those times when they just fall apart right when you take them out. But that's kind of the nature of ball joints, right?
Yeah.
So
Brandon, what's been your favorite release?
My favorite release, it was it's still the poster version of the 2019 figure.
That's my second favorite.
That one there, I can literally grab that figure and be like, you know what, I'm taking a shot. Like anytime I feel like I'm not like too inspired or like I can't think of something, I'll grab that figure and be like, what is this guy doing today? Like it's like my favorite figure. Like that model between the three different versions of them are like my favorite. Like but the poster one, that one has a place in my heart. I don't know why. I think it's because I had so many people try to help me find this figure because I was on the hunt.
I remember.
I was on the hunt because it came out like almost like exactly at the same time my son was born. So like I completely spaced on it, and I was like, oh no, I messed up so bad, and I was like, I need to get this figure. So I was like messaging everybody. And even
I remember you messaging me, and
like I remember I messaged you, like Diego Doom, and like a couple other guys, and I was like, dude, like help me, and like everybody was like, here, try here, go here, do this, and then I finally got it.
Oh, man,
and then I fell in love. It was just like
that. It's fantastic. Like it's my second favorite figure. Like I don't want to do anything to this figure.
No,
in terms of like nothing. I don't need to do anything to this figure. I love the way it is. You know what I mean? And like I remember like when they announced that, and I was like, oh, you can only order it on Amazon Japan, and I rushed to the computer right away, and I and I told my wife, "Baby, please, you gotta help me get this figure, okay? This is the only place I can get it. You know what I mean? I will do anything." It's just like, okay, fine. And then when I got
Oh
it, man,
my.
oh my god, like the
It's a
box and
masterpiece.
everything, and like, yeah, and even like the disc set and everything was just beautiful, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, they put a lot of
Yeah.
good work into those disc sets.
Yes,
I like
yeah,
the steelbook. Their steelbook was way
Oh,
better
there's
than
Yeah.
what we got in the US.
so I actually
yeah,
own both steel books, and I'll like bust them out, and I'll just like compare them, and I'm like, no, this doesn't. They don't compete. It's a
yeah.
great because I even have the special colored of the 2014, like the poster
Mm,
version one, that
mhm.
came with the box set, and even the box sets don't compare. Like this one is just so much better.
Yeah.
Like they put a
Sure.
lot of care into this one. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah. It's fantastic, man. Like my second favorite release, believe it or not. My first favorite release
Mm.
is the Kyo Godzilla
Yes,
'89.
I knew it.
That is a
You
good
use that
one.
for everything.
That's a
Yeah,
good one. It's a good
it's
one. It looks
it's a
great.
great one.
Yeah,
It's
it's I think the proportions are better than the smaller version too.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And
feel like
like
the arms are a little small in the smaller version. Like the arms are just a little too. Like he looks too like a flimsy dinosaur up top.
yeah, there's something missing about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just not.
There you go.
Yeah,
Take a
there.
look.
Yeah,
There he is.
Hmm. I don't know.
Oh,
It
getting
just
away.
works better as the bigger
as the
figure.
bigger one. Yeah,
Hmm.
and like I don't know, man. Like that one, that Kyo one is the
It's
best
perfect.
to me. It's the best. It's the best. Like it looks so movie accurate. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like I just love that figure. Even though like the electronics on mine don't work anymore, I
Same.
still use it in things. You know what
You
I mean?
know,
And like
a lot
I
of
wish
people
that
say
it had
that.
go. Yeah, I wish like that there was more head articulation, but I understand why that's there is because of the electronics in the
Yes.
figure that prevents the head from going even further in things. But like it that is by far my favorite figure. You know what I mean? So and recently too, Godzilla Ultima. I mean, I love that figure so much. I picked up two of them,
Nice.
and yes, it has its problems, like in terms of like the sculpt, like the face and everything. Like
Hmm.
there's something wrong there, but overall, the figure itself, the engineering of it, I love that figure so much, man. I've taken some really awesome shots with that figure, and yeah,
Yeah,
man, I got to.
that's a seriously fun figure. I
Yeah.
didn't think I was gonna like because I wasn't super blown away by the anime. Like the anime was great. Like I really liked it,
Mhm.
but I wasn't like blown away. Uh,
Mhm.
I wasn't really blown away by any of the animes, but I was like, this one I liked more than the rest of them. Like I would say this is
Mhm.
like my favorite among the four that are out. And I was like, you know what?
Sure.
I'll get the figure and I'll enjoy it for what it is. And then I got it and I was like, holy hell! Like this thing is
It's great.
amazing. Like it's
Yeah.
so much fun. Like you can do so many different things with it. And I just literally today, as I was walking into my apartment, like FedEx was there, and they were like, "Here's your Jet Jaguar, bro." And I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" I was like, "Today is the greatest Godzilla day of my life." I was like, "I'm gonna go talk about Godzilla while I'm opening up my Jet
Yeah.
Jaguar. This is great."
And you're a new Titan master too.
Yeah,
How
I was
about
like,
that?
"Oh, everything." I was like, "This is the sign." I was like, "This is the sign. This is great."
Yes. Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about this figure is the half-ass
The
painted,
unpainted
the
ones. Yeah.
unpainted Jet Jaguar. If it was painted, I would have just loved it so much more. Because now I got to find
Yeah.
somebody to paint it.
Yeah. Well, Isaiah can paint now and things, and like there's lots of people on the Instagram
That's
community
true.
that can paint and stuff. So I don't think you'll have any trouble finding someone there.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. I just gotta start asking.
Mm.
There you
So
go.
Michael, do you have a Grail figure?
Ooh, good question.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Hmm.
It has. So okay. Are we talking about existing or non-existing now?
Both. Let's ask both.
That's both. Okay, so non-existent. I would love an SH Monster Arts figure of Baggin from Super Godzilla.
Ooh,
Oh,
I know.
okay.
okay.
It's a different one, but that's what I feel like there's no merchandise out there over it. I actually ordered a while back. I got a statue, a resin kit. I haven't put it together yet, but it's of Baggin that somebody did up from One Fest. festival that they had over that way.
Mhm.
But that would be my Grail SH Monster Arts figure, and I feel like I don't have to do too much because you already have, Destroya out there. So just kind of do some tweaking on that sculpt, and you can have a bag in.
Sure.
But as far as the Grail figures that exist, I mean, I have all the SH Monster Arts figures. That's all I collect. I don't really collect anything else. So I'm
So
good.
no X Plus or nothing, no?
No, I don't. I have one X Plus figure. I have the 1975 Mechagodzilla Space Beam, the Rick version that's got the light up eyes. I've got that. I've got Real Rick version for that, and I got the Titanosaurus that's on pre-order right now. You can't help.
Yeah.
You can't tell I like the Terror of Mechagodzilla.
X Plus is an entirely different hole, and I'm in that X Plus hole right now.
Oh, there you go.
And you know what? I gotta tell you something. I sold my gigantic series Godzilla 2019. Okay.
No way.
Wait. Because my buddy who owns the toy store lives 2 blocks away from me. He told me, listen, there's a customer that wants that Godzilla. And Omega Beast is coming out with their Godzilla 2019, the Furious Blue version. And I know that figure, the Omega Beast sculpts, they're huge. They're like way bigger than the X Plus, right? And I was like biting my fingers, like, because I want that figure too, you know what I mean? But like I only have space for one right now. So I was like, you know what? I bit the bullet. I sold it. And it's basically I traded it away. So like I got the Omega Beast Godzilla 2019 Furious Blue coming
Wow.
in a few days. You know what I mean? And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this thing.
Wait,
Look at
how
that
big
smile.
is this?
Look at that smile, guys. Look at that. That's genuine right there.
Dude, wait. You said it's bigger than the X Plus.
It
Because
is.
the X Plus is
Oh my.
huge.
It's huge, but this is bigger. Like I've helped. Like I know a guy that lives not far away from me. He's got the Furious Red Shin Godzilla, and that's a beautiful figure.
Oh yeah, it's
You know
beautiful.
what I mean? Of Omega Beast.
Mhm.
And that thing itself, like if you look at pictures online, the comparisons, I mean the Omega Beast Shin Godzilla is bigger than the Godzilla 2019 X Plus. And apparently like this one that's coming is going to be pretty much the same. So it's a bigger figure, you know what I mean? So yeah, I can't wait for it, man. So I might be going down that Omega Beast hole because I know
Oh no.
the guy who sculpts Omega Beast. There it is.
My God,
The-
look at that thing.
Like I know that guy now. Like I'm in contact with him. Like it's from here in Taiwan.
How do you do
and,
this? How do you find these people?
Yeah, and he teased that there's gonna be a Godzilla Ultima, Omega Beast Godzilla Ultima. I was like, God damn it,
You're screwed.
I'm
You're screwed. you're screwed.
So what you're saying is if we don't see you for a while, we know why now.
Yep. That thing is a room. Oh my God. Look
yeah.
at the
Well,
size of
did
that
you
thing.
did you see my latest photos? Like I've been hard at work at building like my city for like these big figures. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I gotta modify my buildings even more and stuff like that because I'm chasing that realism in my photos now. So with
Dude,
these big figures, which is something that it's hard to do with 6-inch figures. You know what I mean? Like you got to go bigger in scale. So that's the thing.
Yeah. Yep.
God, look
Or
at that
use
thing.
forced perspective to fool everyone.
Sure. Yeah. So.
That thing is
Yes.
that thing is crazy.
Oh,
I think
wait,
at some point Harold's just gonna trade this in, and then he's just gonna have like those 6-foot statues in his house, and he's gonna be like, "Look, guys, this is as real as I can get it." Okay. As soon in like a year, he's just gonna be in a Godzilla suit. He's just come out, guys. Look, I had to do it.
Guys.
It's a full like functioning kaiju suit. Like, guys, I figured it out. To do the photography, you have to be Godzilla. Just
Yes.
become him.
Yes. I have to become him. Yes.
While you're taking pictures of the toys, right?
No.
Yeah.
He is the toy. He's in his own
I am.
photo.
Yeah.
He's hiring another
I
photographer.
mean, they're just going to keep getting bigger and
And I'm
bigger.
posing like
They'll
this,
match
like
the
this.
same size, right?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Harold's going to be going around saying, you know what? I need that Hokkaido Godzilla that's human size.
Yeah.
And then I need a building that's even bigger than that. Good luck.
Man. Yeah. Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah, I gotta like now that I'm self-employed and things, right? Like I have to be a little more careful with like what I'm doing with my money now and things,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah.
Buys
So
an Ultra Beast Godzilla.
yeah.
I have to say,
Michael, Michael, favorite movie, either monster movie or just like other movies that's not a monster movie. Favorite movie.
You know what? I am a sucker for Gremlins.
Oh,
I
fucking Gremlins, yeah.
love that movie. I watch it every Christmas.
Oh,
It
no
happens
way.
during Christmas, but I watch it every Christmas. I actually have, um, when I was working at Warner Brothers, there was a studio that was partnered with them doing replicas. So I actually have a replica puppet that they used in the movies.
No
Nice.
way.
no
Should I go
way.
grab it? Should I go grab that and just?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll be right back. I'll be right
Yes.
back.
My goodness.
This man
I love
held
the-
out the best part.
I love Gremlins too. Did
Yeah,
you
well-
ever see Gremlins? Do you remember Gremlins
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Gremlins 2 is
That's
amazing.
more like a
Hulk
comedy.
Hogan is in Gremlins too. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
he is. Oh, that's amazing. I
Oh,
forgot about that
man.
utterly. Like, oh man, Hulk Hogan is in Gremlins too.
Yes.
Did you hear about the Gremlins creator accusing Baby Yoda of copying Gizmo?
Oh yeah.
So stupid.
Alan, can you get rid of that 96mega.com
What is it?
on the
Oh wow, is that the
Oh,
puppet?
comments? Oh, that's the puppet. Yeah.
That's it.
Whoa.
That's freaking awesome. Is that Spike? That's not Spike, is it?
It's just a generic Gremlin.
Oh wow.
But
That's
here, let me
so
get up here.
cool.
Wow, look at that.
This is the whole
Oh
thing.
my god, that thing is huge.
That's
Yeah.
huge, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm having to
It's
move the
a
opposite of the
one-to-one,
camera.
That's a one-to-one.
Yes,
Whoa.
this is 1-to-1 scale.
Wow.
This guy right here. So this is,
Holy hell.
and you stick your hand just like in the movies. You stick your hand right there in the
Wow.
back.
That's so cool, man.
That's
That is so
amazing.
cool.
So, but yeah, it's I happened to get that when I was working over there at Warner Brothers for a bit, and it's just like exactly like the puppet that they used in the movies. They just it doesn't have the little wires that go inside the arms and the feet to make it move, but it's a
Mhm.
100% same material. Well, updated material that they use now, but it's supposed to
Mhm.
be the same stuff that they would use in the film itself. So, but pretty cool,
That's
huh?
Wildly impressive.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Yeah.
So it was great. I have cats, so the first time they saw this, they
Imagine.
So, I usually bring that one along for a couple Halloween parties here and there, so a lot of people get a good kick out of it.
Yeah.
That's
So, but that's my favorite, kind of my favorite monster movie in a way. And then, as far as regular Joe Blow movies go, I mean, if you call it that, I just really like the Aliens. I really love Aliens. It's not really kaiju, but I love Aliens. It's just.
No,
And
Aliens is
I like the first Predator movie as well. Those
Oh,
kind
the
of
first
toe-to-toe
Predator
with each
movie
other.
was legendary, man. And
Right. Did anybody watch Prey?
Yes.
oh yes, I
I
enjoyed
loved
it.
it.
I
I loved
enjoyed it,
it.
man. It was freaking awesome.
It was
I-
fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't understand why some people seem to hate it. Like super fans of the original Predator seem to hate the latest one, and I don't understand it.
I don't know. I thought it was great. I've
It's
read some of those
fantastic.
comments out there that why people don't like it, but I'm just like, if we just keep getting the same thing over and over again,
Right.
then you're gonna just
Yeah.
complain that nothing's new. So we get something
Because-
new, and
That last Predator, the one that was filmed by Shane Black, what a
Yeah.
dumpster fire that one was,
Yeah.
man. It was horrible. The worst
worst.
movie I've ever seen.
yeah,
The worst movie. It was
Is that the
so
one with the dog and stuff?
Yeah, that's the one with and the Predator's like 9 feet tall for no reason. It's really dumb.
Is that the
It
one?
was,
yeah. With the kid's walking around Halloween trick or treating with the Predator mask, and then the guy throws a beer can at him, and then he shoots back. I was laughing at that.
Cannon
Like,
on
no
the side,
way.
it's so dumb. It
Yeah.
There you
doesn't-
go.
Look at that. That's I have that too. I because at some point I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy everything that's in the line, like every single release. And I went and I bought this, and I was like, I don't really want this. Like I was like, it doesn't fit in with anything. And I was like, you know what, I'm scrapping this. And then they came out with the Alien, and I was like, oh shit, now I gotta go back and buy that Predator again. So I ended up buying this twice. And I never, and then stupidly, I never bought the Alien.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Alien's a good figure. The Warrior's the Warrior's a good figure. Big Chap's not.
Yeah, I've never been like, I like Predator, but I've never been like a big fan of Predator or anything. So, yeah, cool. So, what about your favorite monster? Your favorite monster or character, Michael?
Hands down goes to Mechagodzilla 1975.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my favorite monster character right there.
Yeah.
It's probably because it's the first villain I saw in the franchise, but I don't know. There's just something about it's retro, robot, evil, twin.
He's so dangerous. I think he was like the most dangerous villain in the Showa series. He had like unlimited firepower. You know what I mean? It's like
right. I mean,
and Godzilla and King Caesar, they had a duck for cover.
Right. That's right. You know, it's funny. I actually saw that movie. I saw the first movie before or after I saw Terror of Mechagodzilla. So when I was watching them in out of order, I was just like, this is weird. This already happened. Why am I seeing the same shots again? Only to find out many years later that some shots were recycled from that movie, put into Terror of Mechagodzilla.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Damn. Cool. So, Michael, what is the goal for your website? Do you have a particular goal in mind for your website that you want to get completed?
Yeah, I would love for this thing to be completed, but I always come up with something new. I have many things on the table for the general public to enjoy. I've gotten requests, people saying that they want like a scale kind of chart where they can line up figures and they can see the scale. That's in the works. Once when I'm done with the 3D box arts, that'll be the next thing I move on. So that way you guys can cycle through. Think of it as like a character selection screen on a video game, and you guys can be able to pick, all the characters on one side, all the characters, both sides will have the same thing, but it'll put them both stacked on top of each other so you guys can get a general idea of their scale. So, but the whole goal of the website at this point is just to be an English hub for people, in the United States, mostly when it comes to buying stuff, but anybody else that's just wanting to know more information in English, this is the place where I hope that you go to find that stuff. So you can see the 3D box arts, you can see the catalogs, and then I also have a platform where I can upload my content at the same time, so you guys can see my galleries, my reviews, the stop motion animation. And then I kind of wanted to give back to the community a little bit in this way, where I made the Community Pro Gallery a big thing, because there's so many photographers out there that, you don't really see a lot of their stuff. And sometimes you do. Some people are maybe not as much. So hopefully that the Community Pro Gallery is going to be able to showcase and let you guys, show your work to the world, because it's not just the United States and the people looking at this website. It's actually global. Everybody's looking at my website. I see all the analytics and stuff. I got people in Japan, China, and all these other places. Brazil. Brazil's very popular for some reason. Yeah. They really look at my website. So, but they can't order anything from it. But yeah, but that's the goal. It's just to be just a big community hub for anybody that speaks English that wants to know about monster art. I do have links to Tamashi's actual Japanese pages. If you guys want to check those out, they're inside of every monster review or page. But yeah, that's the whole goal, is just to be kind of a free open source for everybody. And Bandai loves it. Bluefin, which is now Bandai Namco or Bandai Collectibles, they love the website. They actually send me all the high-res promo shots as soon as they come in. So I get to use those on the website. I don't think they actually send those super high res to anybody else. I think they send just a generic stock image that to everybody else. I think they're kept at like 1200 resolution. Yeah. But the ones I get, they send me, they're usually in TIFF format. So you get to see what actually was exported from Photoshop on their end. And then, that's the idea, is to let you guys have access to that, get a really good close look on those promo pictures.
Sure.
Hey, Michael.
And go ahead, Alan, go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah. So are you doing this by yourself, or do you have a team working on this?
It's all me, baby. All
Wow.
me.
The
I am a
man,
one man.
the
I am
legend.
literally a one man show. So that's why it
Wow.
takes forever sometimes to get content out because, like I said, time is a
Time,
big
yeah.
thing that we all need, right? So this whole website, like that whole thing has been me. It's all been from the ground up. Same thing when I'm doing stop motion. It's not with a team of people. This is all me just doing all that stuff. All this content
Sure.
that you see that's been put into or the social media, nobody's handling that except for me. So
Mm.
I'm pretty busy. It's a
How?
pretty
Cool.
busy
How do you
hobby.
do this?
It's
How do you
you
do
know what?
this?
This makes it possible.
Yes.
Phones.
Because I'll be at
All right.
work and I'll be working at something or I'll be in the process of driving somewhere and go on a break and I'll just like okay respond to a whole bunch of people's stuff and everything.
Oh wow.
Cool. So, guys, if you guys haven't, check out the Articulation series on Instagram. And you just recently hit 10,000. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Actually
Alrighty.
interesting. Instagram was actually the last social media platform I joined, and that actually surpassed 10,000 the quickest out of everything else. So
Wow.
Yeah.
much love
That's
to
cool.
my Instagram community.
Yes. Yes. Totally. Cool. So the community pro gallery, like it's coming on really nicely. Like different talent from all over the place. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so I get about on average by the end of the. So I post these. I try to post them at the halfway point of the month and at the beginning of every month. I'll post a round of them because if I wait too long, I'll have over 100 to 200 submissions to go through.
Wow.
So there's a lot. Just so everybody knows, a lot of people submit onto this community web page right here, and there's a lot that don't make the cut, either for it doesn't meet the professional standard or they just don't read the guidelines. Please,
Yeah.
everybody read those guidelines. Most of the
Yeah.
time, really great photos get rejected because they do not meet the resolution. Because
Mhm.
a lot of people are exporting from their social media apps. Those
Yeah.
social media apps do not. Here's the thing: when I want people to look at a pro photo gallery, I don't want them to go, "Oh wow, this big image is awesome," and then they see an image this big.
Sure.
So it's got to be
Yeah.
big. Got to be big. Just read those guidelines, and you'll be good to go. And if it meets those pro standards, you'll be featured on the website.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like I remember like people were even complaining to us, you know what I mean? Oh, why isn't my photo like you go ask them? I was like, no, we're not gonna ask, you know what I mean? With it, that's we got nothing to do with that, you know what I mean? So like you gotta
Oh
read those
wow,
guidelines, you know what I mean? Yeah, people were complaining to us. I was like, no, you don't
interesting.
have yeah. So
It's if they had a really good photo, it's probably because it didn't meet the resolution standard. Because here's the thing:
yeah.
once when your photo's submitted,
Mhm.
I have no idea who you are. And if you've
Mm.
submitted it, I can't give you direct feedback as to why. Sometimes it's easy. Like if there's a person that I see frequent on my Instagram and they tag me and I see the photo pop up and I see the tag. That's why if you
Mhm.
guys have watermarks on there, it's easier for me to kind of identify you. And I might reach out occasionally just to say,
Sure.
hey, your photo's really great, but you got to give me a better resolution in order for me to
Mhm.
put it on the website. So, and sometimes
Mm.
people do it. A lot of them don't for some reason. So they get
Yeah.
angry. I don't know.
Cool. Alrighty, so let's get into some Titan news, everybody. So now this the Haya Mothra, they just recently unveiled it. I didn't get a chance to put it into the slide. Alan, can you find the pictures to Haya's Mothra, the new Mothra figure?
Oh, look
Yeah,
at it.
there it is.
It's beautiful.
It's nice, man. I like the color, and you know that this is gonna be bigger than the SH Monstars version. Like all the figures that they're releasing so far, like they're gonna be upscaled from the SH Monster Arts.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for these. I have everything pre-ordered for this line, and
Me too.
Mothra's just going to be added to it. This thing looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Oh man, look at that! Those wings, the blue.
The blues, yes,
Mhm. Like
yeah,
this will be the first one that has it, right? Because I don't think
yeah.
the NECA
No,
one had it either.
no, nothing. Yeah, didn't have it. Yeah,
This is perfect.
Michael, what are your thoughts on the Haya line?
I think their promo photos look really great so far. They're going to be a bigger
Mhm.
scale. I know a lot of people complained about the Mothra figure being too small for SH Monster Arts, so this will be a nice bump in that. I am curious to see. I've never owned any Haya products until recently. I got the Alien Queen from AVP, and
Mhm.
I was mostly satisfied with it, but it was really in your hands. It's kind of a gummy feeling, and I don't know
Oh.
Yeah.
if that's common with
Smaller skin
all of
too,
their.
right?
What's that?
Look at the texture in the
Smaller.
wings. Look at the texture in the wings.
Wow,
You see
that's
that, Brandon?
gorgeous. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That is
Yeah.
gorgeous. Oh, I
I
am
am curious to
excited.
see if they're going to do bendy wings on this because I know on the Rodan figure they're doing bendy wings, but I don't
They
know what they're
are?
doing. Oh
Really?
yeah,
I didn't hear about that. Ooh,
What?
okay.
I mean that's what I heard, unless
Titan
somebody told me
Master
wrong.
exclusive.
I heard bendy wing, so I don't remember where I heard it from, but I remember reading it somewhere that it was a bendy wing situation. So I'm curious to see if they're going to do that. If somebody in the comments
Yeah.
knows is familiar with it, maybe they would know. But that's kind of what I heard
Yeah.
was that the Rodan
That thing
figure is going to have bendy
gorgeous.
wings.
Oh, cool. Because I've barely done any photography with that Mothra is because like it's so tiny and like it's so fragile and things like, you know.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't
I've ever
know.
used it for anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mine is
I think it looks good so
Vinyls
far.
is in the
So
house. What's going on
good.
with Jacob? Yeah. Go ahead. Say again.
I was saying so far so good. You know what I'm seeing from Haya, it looks really great. I'd be curious to see what they look like in the mask because you know how it works with promo photos. You know everybody knows
Sure.
they look really great for promo, but when you get in hand, maybe
Mm.
something might be off. So
Like I did the review for this for their stylus figures, their non-articulated figures,
I did see a couple of those photos. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're okay, you know what I mean? But like the Godzilla, like he's nice and hefty and things, right? But like again, like I don't know, like for some reason, like these companies, like at that scale, like the teeth, it's like they're really hard to do. It's like, you know what I mean? The teeth is just doesn't have like a lot of detail in the teeth, you know what I mean? But
Like there
I'm
was
hoping,
marshmallow lipstick.
yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
So I'm hoping that that the articulated figure will have better detail in the teeth. You know what I mean? Because like I get the feeling that it might be probably the same scale as that stylus figure, and it's like if you look at my review, I compared the stylus figure with the SH Monster Arts, and it's clearly bigger. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it's going to be that scale or maybe close to that scale. Either way, I'm very interested in seeing that. And I think that's coming out like next month or the next month after. Is that right?
Which one?
The Godzilla.
Yeah, actually, I think it's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. I cannot wait for that, man. Yeah.
The official statement by Haya for the Rodan, it has the wings are made of PVC and has wires in them.
Holy
I heard it from.
hell.
There it is.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
yeah, so I'd be curious to see if they do that with the Mothra figure too.
That's
I
game
don't see why they
changing.
wouldn't. I don't see why they wouldn't, you know.
Take
But
all of my money. Take it now.
but that Rodan looks phenomenal. I really like it. Look at that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks so much
Great.
better than the Moss Arts. Like the wings,
Even the face.
the
yeah,
face.
The head.
It looks like the face on the monster art looks more like a prototype face than it does the final like design to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they worked on those figures while they were still filming the movie, so the CGI files that they had weren't actually finalized.
Yeah.
From what you saw in the film.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, and even the colors, I mean, you can look at the Mothra figure and it's clearly based off the concept art more than it is from the actual movie itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, Monster Arts has a different kind of take on their paint these days, and I don't know if anybody's really read between the lines to catch on how they're doing their stuff. I can't say more than that, but that just kind of read between the lines on that, how those releases are coming out these days.
Okay. So, on our last episode, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. Okay, but this is the new Mezco 8-inch tall seamless Godzilla figure. 24 points of articulation and things. So basically, like it's like a little mini rubber suit, you know, Mezco is doing. Godzilla 89, my favorite Godzilla. So I'm getting, I have the giant Godzilla on order. That's coming out. That should be coming out next month too, or the next month after. Brandon, are you picking up that giant Godzilla?
No. I thought about it and I was like, oh man, I should, because this is Mezco's first attempt and it's Godzilla, so you want to support it. But then I looked at it and I was like, it doesn't look like it fits in with the rest of my stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait to see how it looks when somebody else gets it. I was like, somebody will get it posted and then I'll make my judgment on with like an aftermarket kind of thing, I guess. Because I don't know. It just
Well, I jumped all over that giant Godzilla, but like my last encounter with a giant thing from Mezco, what didn't go so well. You know what happened, right?
No, which one?
My giant King Kong.
What happened to your giant King Kong?
Arms? It fell. Yeah, they broke.
No way.
They broke.
No
they broke.
way.
Like 7 months after I got it, the thing broke. So like I remember like when we were talking about it in one of our streams about the giant Godzilla, like that better not happen to that giant Godzilla or else I'm gonna raise hell. I'm gonna go to Hong Kong and knock down on Mezco. Hey man,
what is this?
Yeah, totally.
Just with 2 arms and a head. What is this?
Yes. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So
man,
I don't know, but this looks it. Yeah, it will. But you know what? Like I've been able to use it in some way. You know what I mean? Like a broken.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So like I can like do some stuff with it. You know what I mean? So
hey, listen, get creative.
Exactly. Yeah. So Brandon, are you considering picking up this 8-inch tall? If this is basically like the Kyoku Godzilla, but like seamless.
I thought about this only, but I just want to be able to take off the head to this because I would love to do something where I could put like an actor's head in the place of it since
like
it looks like a rubber suit, and then put like the buildings and maybe like try to find like camera
Satsuma,
equipment.
Get like like a custom figure of Satsuma.
Yeah, try to do something like that and see if I could do something like that. But I gotta see if that head pops off, like how I could get that head off. Because I've seen people do it with the Moss Arts, and I've seen people put like heads in the spots. But I feel like this suit makes it almost look like it's supposed to be taken like if there's an actual actor under there. I feel like the toys, like the Monster Arts, look like the monsters come to life where that looks like a rubber suit. Like it's supposed to be like a rubber suit. So I feel like it'll make the idea of the photo look better.
But what I'm worried about is like how the longevity of this figure, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
because it's rubber, and like I live in Taiwan, you know what I mean? Like freaking even shoes, like they don't last long here in Taiwan, you know, because of the heat, you know what I mean? So,
it's gonna be a melted Godzilla.
Yeah, like you know, like it might tear and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like,
you order Ghidorah, it becomes Ghidorah after like 2 weeks of being.
Yeah, totally. Jeez,
you need like a temperature controlled room for your toys.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, jeez, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm getting it, but
I'm gonna need
I just wanted
portable AC in your room now.
The wine
cooler. We have AC in our rooms, you know, in our house, so it's okay.
Good.
Yeah. Good. So I wanted to touch base on this because I didn't get a chance to talk about it last time. Yeah, but this is the 8-inch. This is not the giant one. I think you guys thought that this was the giant one. This is the 8-inch one. Yeah. Anyways,
it looks nice.
Yeah. So Ultraman, first look at Ultraman, new Ultraman film released. So the first look at the upcoming Ultraman, Netflix Ultraman has been released. So this is going to be another Ultraman, but on Netflix.
Wait, isn't there already Ultraman on Netflix? Or
is that just there is, but it's not. But that's based on the manga.
Okay.
Apparently, you know what I mean. So this is, I mean, this is clearly he's a giant. Like freaking in that one that's on Netflix, like no one became a giant. You know what I mean? Like which was devastating for me. I only watched
one episode, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So anybody interested in this? I'm not huge in Ultraman. Like I know surface level stuff on Ultraman.
Same.
What about you, Michael? What do you do?
I'm not much of an Ultraman fan. I haven't really delved into that actually. So maybe one of these days I'll check it out. But yeah, I'm not there.
Yeah.
That's a pass for me for now.
Sure. And this looks like one of the photos that you did, eh? At that, yeah.
Where did Thank you. Where did they show like a clip of it? I can't seem to find it.
No, there's no clip as far as
Just
I
this
know.
one. This is still.
It's just a still, yeah. So cool.
It
So
looks
moving
interesting.
on.
I just
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll watch it eventually. I'll get around to
Sure.
it. I know nothing about Ultraman at
Nah,
all.
not me neither.
I own some Ultraman, for
I
like
own one
photography.
Ultraman. Yeah.
No, I
own
own
one.
I think two. I think I have the classic, and then I have
Mhm.
the new Shin one
Mm-hmm.
because I had to get it. It just looked too good. It looked too good to pass it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to get the one that Alan's got, the 3 zeros one. I've been wanting to get that one.
Wait, what's
the Shin
the difference?
The Shin Ultraman one. It's from what has been told to me, it's a better SH figure arts. That 3 zeros Ultraman is better than that SH figure arts Ultraman. Yeah,
I think it's definitely shinier than the.
It's shinier, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to see some comparison photos.
Yeah. So this is coming out. So a new Kiryu model kit.
Ooh.
So this will be priced about $93, and it'll be 9.445 inches tall. Anybody interested in this?
Do you know if somebody does the bootleg Aoshima? Because I've been seeing some Aoshima Mecha Godzillas online, but I think they're too cheap. It's not $100.
Oh really?
So
I have no idea.
You may not actually get it. You may get something else. If it's too good to be true, you might just get some.
It might be too good to be true.
But yeah, this looks interesting. I would jump on this.
Yeah,
it looks nice, but I don't know. Building model kits, that's not my forte. But I love the way this looks. I think it looks almost just as good as the monster arts. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I started my toy collection building Gundam, so I recently come back to it, and it's really fun.
You're brave. You're a brave man,
cool.
and we appreciate
plus you. It's easier to customize too. It's easier to put lights.
Sure.
Yeah. But that makes sense.
I've got that Varan. I've got that. I don't know if you guys saw. There was a Varan model kit floating around at Trace Fest this year. Did anybody ever see that? Check it out.
I saw a photo of it.
I saw that. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
I managed to get it. I just haven't put it together yet. But that'll be my first delve in putting in a resin kit together. So that'll be interesting.
Cool. Very nice.
Are you gonna document the process, or you're just gonna do it for yourself?
Well, I might document it. We'll see how it goes because nobody else has seen an English tutorial on it, so I might just do that when I get around to doing that. But it is a movable kit, so we'll see how that works out.
Cool.
That's
very
exciting.
nice. So, guys,
it's happening.
So, I was worried that, like this next MonsterVerse, like they did tell us that, Godzilla's gonna be in it, but in what form? Is it gonna be like, oh hey, hi, I'm here, and then I'm gone? You know what I mean? But apparently he's gonna, from what I understand, he's gonna be more involved in this film than what I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna have like a cameo, but no, he's gonna be part of this movie somehow. Is that your feeling?
I'm optimistic. I did like Godzilla versus Kong. I hope that there's way more screen time for Godzilla because Kong got a lot of the screen time for the last one. So I really hope that that Godzilla has a little bit more time to shine than he did in the other movie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm still expecting it to be a Kong show.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a Kong, but what I feel like they're doing, like if you read like the latest synopsis, like there's this big threat down below that's threatening the world. So Godzilla and Kong have to team up again. You know what I mean? So like, I get the feeling that Kong and Godzilla are not going to meet until the very end. Like Godzilla is taking care of business up above while Kong is taking care of business down below, and then Godzilla has to go down below. That's the feel like that. I don't know. That's the feeling that I'm getting. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
But
And then
what?
you wonder. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's gonna be the next
Yeah.
big? Is it gonna be an all original monster, or is it gonna be a Toho monster in the MonsterVerse? So the two
Ooh.
monsters that I would like to see be brought to the MonsterVerse for the next film, if it's going to be down in the Hollow Earth, the only two monsters in my mind that would fit in like a MonsterVerse version is either Biolante or Destroya.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. I'm with you on both
Yeah.
of those. That makes
I
sense.
mean, it's just kind of hard to think about other kind of monsters because you have your monsters that are from space, and if you're going to go up, under the ground, what's really left? I mean, you've got the small guys like Anguirus and Baragon, but then who's the big bads, right? Who's left?
Yeah.
We already used Mechagodzilla. What's the next ones? Well, we can't use Space Godzilla. We can't use maybe try to do Hedorah, but is that really appealing to general audiences? Probably not. So I'm thinking Destroya or
Biolante.
Biolante. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
one would go. Those are the two big contenders, I think.
Or just a totally new monster that's just based on them, you know what I mean? But like they would have to pay, like licensing fee, like if it is Biolante or Destroyer, right? So who knows?
Yeah, licensing's kind of different in how it works, toy companies, movies, video games, and all that stuff. There's just different rates that go across the board. So, and if things are, that's why they have negotiations when it comes to licensing, because it's not just like the flat fee. Like there's a base fee, and then they get in there and they hash it out. Is the movie going to be successful? Does that help bring the price down for licensing, for that kind of character sort of thing? So it's the same thing with toys and video games. Is this going to be successful? How much are we going to license it for? Are we a well-established company? So there's a lot of negotiations that happen with that when it comes to licensing.
Sure, yeah. Because they're bringing back Rebecca Hall. They're bringing back Kaylee Hoddle, who played Gia. And they're also bringing back, what's the guy what's his name? Brian Tyree Henry. They're bringing him back. They just did the casting announcement not too long ago, but there's been no word of if they're bringing back Alexander Skarsgård. But they casted a guy, forget the actor's name, but he kind of looks like him in a way. You know what I mean? He could end up playing like his brother. Remember, like he said in the Godzilla vs. Kong, he had a brother and he was killed. But what if he's not dead or something like that? I don't know.
Could be. They could throw that in there.
Yeah.
Another Skarsgård.
Just pick another one.
The guy who played it. Who was that? You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Pennywise?
Oh my God, what is his name? Bill Skarsgård.
Billy Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. There you go.
Billy Skarsgård. Yeah. Alrighty, cool. Bill, yeah, Jamzilla. Thank you, Jamzilla. Cool. So this movie is coming out in 2024. Yeah. So
yes,
we got a long way. We have well, I don't know, man. 2 years come and go, man. Like,
Yeah, that'll be quick.
Yeah, it'll be quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
See, I thought when they were gonna do this with like putting Kong in the Hollow Earth, I thought this was to like split the franchise up a little bit, so to give them both their breathing room. So like you brought them together, now split them apart, and then like do some solo movies and then bring them back together for another big bad. But I didn't think they were gonna immediately go and like, all right, Godzilla and Kong are teaming up yet again.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna come this soon.
Yeah, me neither. Like the thing is like, oh, Godzilla versus Kong, and then like, what's the next title going to be? Godzilla and Kong? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Better not be the Kong.
Godzilla loves Kong.
Oh my God.
Godzilla to Kong. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Godzilla visits Kong. Oh, that's what that V stands for. Godzilla visits Kong. Oh my God.
That's great.
Yes.
There you go.
Already. So Shin Ultraman is getting an international release. Okay, starting in I think in September.
Oh hell
yeah. So in 37 countries. So I think this is going to be coming up in Taiwan. I think it's going to show up in Taiwan I might go see this. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Depending on how many theaters have it over here, because sometimes with these releases, there's like 1 or 2 theaters that do like these like kind of like special like kaiju like not American releases. So
Mhm,
if I
mhm.
could find a theater, because I know they did release it at some point in the States, and it was impossible to get tickets. So I'll see what happens, but I'll be excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for
Because
it.
I remember Toho, they did like a special screening of like the colorized version of Godzilla 1954. So and that's supposed to be coming out sometime this year, like the
Oh, cool.
re-release Godzilla 1954 in color version. So I'm interested in seeing that. Oh, here's my wife. She's coming into the school. She's lifting up the gate, so that's the
Oh.
noise you hear.
I was gonna say somebody's brewing some tea. Get the kettle, get the
That
kettle, Harold.
is ready.
Get that kettle.
Yeah.
Tea is
So
done.
all right, pickups. So yeah, these are the Haya figures that I did.
Ooh, baby, look at that
Look at
shot.
that.
Yeah, you see the teeth on Godzilla? You see they're pretty flat, you know?
Oh yeah,
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
looks like you got those perfect pearly whites.
yes, sir. Frank Sinatra teeth.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
There you go.
Yes. So I mean, it's pretty nice detailing on the Kong. Just I don't know, like they don't paint the eyes. No one's painted the eyes well, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like in the movie, he's got like this orangey light color in his eyes. You know what I mean? And like the figures, like even the SH Monsters haven't been able to recreate that. You know what I mean? Like I have to get a buddy to repaint mine. You know what I mean? Just to get that color in his eyes. What do you think, Brandon?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Harold, is that somebody pointed this out, that if you take the Kong head and you shine a light through the back of it, they actually glow that orange color that you're talking about. That the color.
Oh,
So-
now I'm definitely trying this.
Try it out. Just take your phone, shine a light through the back of that white piece that's back there, and the eyes will light up, and you can see that the color is actually there. It's just maybe it's just not that strong to come out on the figure itself, or at least what we can see, tangibly see.
I see.
I wonder if I could sneak like a little light in between.
You know what? I got it right here.
the back of
Actually,
his
let
head.
me just try it.
All right, cool.
Is this the regular release or the
It's
new
all
one?
of them. It's all of them. You can do it to
Oh,
every
okay.
single one.
Beautiful.
So, but yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to see because my camera's autofocusing, so I'm gonna try and get out of the way. But there you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, holy hell! Look at that.
is that the new one?
This is the original.
The original?
Yep.
But you have to take the head off to do that, though.
Yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
you can sneak a light behind.
But you know what? If
like,
if
a
you
little,
buy
like,
some
Christmas
micro,
tree kind of thing.
yeah, if you buy some micro LED, you could wire it up into the eye and drill in the back. Because if you look in the back right here, I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but
Yeah, it's like a little plate back there.
there's a plate where the eyes go, and if you just drilled a little hole in that plate and put those micro LED in there and string the LED on the back of the figure, you got light up eyes.
Oh,
That's actually what I did with the Jet Jaguar figure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Oh, see, now I want to open mine.
Yes.
No, these look really nice.
Yeah.
This just makes me more excited for the figures when they actually release, because it's like the same like model. They just added articulation to it, so it looks.
Yeah.
These look incredible.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for pickups, So anybody else got any pickups?
Besides
Alan?
Jaguar.
Not monsters though.
No, not monsters.
So what?
Yeah.
Say it. Let us know what you get.
I just got the Mafex Thor Endgames, so it's a pretty late release, but it's an awesome figure. It's fantastic.
Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, I got a student coming in, so yeah. So don't.
Do
Camera
students
over a
give you
little bit.
apples and stuff?
Did you still give you apples?
Yeah, give you gifts.
No, actually, they give me like these Taiwanese,
Buns?
treats sometimes. You know what I mean? Like the app, what's it called, the pineapple cakes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
those are
It's pretty
great.
good, man.
love
Oh, they're
them. I
great,
love
man.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Those
So
are some good kids. I just gave my teachers headaches.
yeah, so we've reached the end of the show. Is there anything else that we can talk about before we go? Or how about you guys in the chat? Do you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask? You
Oh, yeah,
guys have
shoot
any
'em, boy.
questions you want to ask Michael?
Everybody's usually got questions. I mean, at least on my social things, I always get a lot of questions. So
Thank you, Jacob.
crickets. Oh, there we go. Softwares that I use. Okay, so I have a process. I use many different softwares, but for capturing, everybody asks this question. I see it all the time. What software do you use to capture for stop motion? And the answer is always, it's a multitude of programs. But if you want the best possible way to capture your photos while you're filming, is to use Dragon Frame. If you guys have ever heard of it, it's called
Yeah.
Dragon Frame. It's an industry standard stop motion program. Robot Chicken uses it, for example.
Oh, wow.
I did not use that software when I first started doing stop motion, and it was game changing once when I started it. I ponied up the money for it. It was like $300, I think, and I have never looked back since then, because the best part about this software is that when you take your photo, you can have a ghost image of the photo you had beforehand, and you can do a difference layer, and that means that it just shows you the difference between the shots, and it just highlights those differences only, and it makes it so much easier to keep track of your motions. Because let's face it, if you're doing an animation for 3 days, you take a break after your 6 hours, you come back 12 hours later, you're like, what was I moving this to? And you can go back and rewatch your clip, and it plays it in real time in this program. So it's fantastic. That's what I use for capturing and ingest. And then after that, I throw it into Lightroom to do all the color correction, anything that needs to be fixed. I don't actually use Photoshop in the stop motion stuff.
Oh, wow.
I barely use Photoshop, actually, because I only use that if there's some things like, say there's a cat hair in the frame. I have to paint that out. It's just easier to do that in Photoshop frame by frame. But other than that, I skip Photoshop. I go from Lightroom directly into After Effects, and that's where all the magic happens. It's all in After Effects. If you don't know After Effects, you got to learn it. If you want to do digital effects, it's going to help amplify your scenes and everything. That's my whole process. And then I finish in Premiere, editing in Premiere.
Cool.
Awesome.
So Maury asks, what figure do you want to animate most that Tamashii Nations hasn't made yet?
I think we all know the answer to this, don't we? It's going to be Mechagodzilla 1975. Although I do really want to animate a Godzilla 1984 figure. I think that would be fantastic to work with, and with the Super X and everything. Do a little scene recreation on there.
Cool.
It's not coming out, guys. Don't read into that. It's not coming out.
Okay, so Adrian, what's going on, Adrian? Adrian asks, I've noticed with different background lighting can be so difficult to capture the effects you want in particular photos. Any advice? Oh, I think he's just asking us in general. Let me just reread that question. Notice a different.
So I think he's talking about like a background photo, and he's trying to use some foreground lighting and trying to get it to match. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Is that what you're asking, Adrian? Anyways, like for lighting, you always, like in any shot like that you do, whether it's like a day shot or a night shot, you always need some kind of white light in your shot. Okay, so so like if you're doing a day shot, I use I use 5,000 Kelvin light. Okay, because that's like white, you know what I mean? And then like from there on, like if it's like an afternoon shot or whatever, you know what I mean? So then I still have that 5,000 Kelvin, but then I used a 3,000 or a 2,000 Kelvin light to shine into my shot, and that gives it that warm light, you know what I mean, like from the sun. Okay, and you just have to play around with it. Like sometimes you may need to diffuse like your key light, which is your main white light. You know what I mean? And you just got to play around with lighting.
Yeah.
Brandon,
I use-
how do you handle it?
Turn on all the lights, and then I just start turning things off little by little.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
that works though. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I like to like I have like the like Ulanzi's like the white ones, and these go
Mhm.
from white to yellow. So I'll just mix I have two of them, so I'll mix them up. One will be my white key light, the other one will be like the yellow light, and then I
Mhm.
just play, and then I have a bunch of the color ones that I use, and then I have like the umbrella lights that I kind of like
Here's your
like play
Ulanzi light.
around with. So basically, yeah, to get what I want, I'll just like turn on all my lights kind of, and then kind of see where I'm at, and then kind of dim and mess around with everything until I get it where I want. Half of the time I don't, and I just kind of just wing it. But sometimes I get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I always start off like with the lights bright, and then like from there I just start adjusting, turning lights down or turning lights up and stuff like that. That's the way I do it. You know
Yeah,
what I
just
mean?
trying to
But-
find the mood of the shot. You don't want to
exactly.
like if you're
Yeah.
trying to do something like like that's scary or horrifying. You don't want like everything to be shrouded in like bright bulb light. You want some darkness, some shadow, some casting. Maybe and then you arrange from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Investing in a LED that has dimmable control is
Yes,
going to be really good. Don't
Best
go
thing.
with the straight light. Just I use this guy right here for my key light. It's
Mm.
just a little newer light.
beautiful.
It's got temperature change just for up to 6400 Kelvin down to 4500 Kelvin. So, but this is what I use for my key light. And on the sides, I'm gonna bring one of these in. But this is what I use for my fill lights. These giant fills, and they're dimmable
Oh.
too. Big LEDs.
Oh
And
my
that's-
god,
Right. So
that's
and
gorgeous.
I've got 3 of these set up in here.
Wow.
So that's how I would do my daytime scene. In fact, actually, on the recent teaser that I'm going to be dropping here, either at the end of this or not, but this setup that you're seeing right there with the lights that I just put in here, that's what was used to light up my daytime scenes.
Mm. Oh,
Wow.
by the way, Alan, do you have any of the stuff that Michael sent?
Yeah.
That maybe we can show here. Ah, okay, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a ton of stuff that you sent, Michael. what did you want us to look at?
No, it
All of
depends
it.
on how much. I mean, what time? How much time do you guys have? That's what.
All of it. Release it all. Do it now.
There's.
How about the one that I was working on with you? If we can show
That's
that one.
probably the most critical one. But here's the thing. When
Which
you're
one is
sharing it on your screen, you got audio on there.
Yeah, I think so. Which one is it? Is it the
So it's under the 10th anniversary number 2 drop.
number 2?
Mhm.
Okay.
There's a behind the scene one, and then I think you should play that one second. But we can watch the first one together. As soon as you guys play that, I'm actually going to drop it on my YouTube so everybody else can watch it on their own screens too.
The sneak peek 2,
Oh,
right? Is that sneak peek 2?
Sneak peek 2.
Okay.
So
let's
yeah,
go,
this
boys.
This is a sneak peek of the 10th anniversary stop motion that I've been working on for Tamashi, and Harold actually helped out with a little design. There it is. Short and sweet. That was 3 days, guys. 3 days.
What? That's 3 days of work?
That was 3 days of work.
Wow. Wildly impressive. Can we watch it one more time?
Go ahead.
Look at the way the tail moves and the neck. The effect. Oh. That looks awesome.
Oh, wait, hold up. What was that at that last frame?
Uh-oh.
Did I see a destroyer? Dude, is that what I see? Can I fanboy real quick? Is that a destroyer that I see? Oh,
Did you
man,
also
that's-
shoot the buildings, Michael? Moving like dollying through the buildings?
So we had a unique process of doing this because I actually don't have props. So I hit up Harold and I said, hey, how would you like to do the set design for these guys? And he was like, maybe, I don't know how that works. So I explained it to him how this is going to work. But essentially, Harold came up with these shots. I kind of gave him a behind the scenes, nobody's seen this, but it's like a little tech demo of how this video is supposed to play out. And I said that, basically all I need you to do is set this up for these certain characters with this type of lighting, go with whatever goes with your gut. And buildings are shot on 2 different layers, though. In fact, in this entire scene, nothing is actually in the same shot except for those buildings. But even the buildings themselves are cut up into pieces to make it scroll across the screen. So the funny thing is it looks like the figure is moving. The figure is actually not moving. In production, the figure is stationary, and I'm just moving the wings and arms and everything, or the necks. But everything is digital after that. The building's moving. That's a pan. The explosions, they track it with a track mat. So everything looks like the figure is actually moving when it's really not.
So this foreground building, did you put that in 3D or?
Foreground building is actually a prop that I have. Those are by Outland Models.
Okay.
So they're nice big models, big buildings, and that was shot with my 6K Pro. That was video. That's not stop motion. So that's an actual video shot right there in 6K, being scaled down to 4K. And those are going to act as transitions, those foreground buildings. And it's not in this clip right here, but it's kind of a little bit of a hint to or teaser towards what's going to happen. But as these buildings pan, it's going to have a release year of every Monster Arts that came out. So right now, this is 2013 that we're seeing. Then it goes into this is 2012 right now, and then we go into 2013 after this.
Nice. Do you want to show the BTS?
Yeah, you can show the BTS one.
Oh, let's do it.
You can see I'm using those lights down there at the bottom for the explosion effects. That enhances it. That enhances it. So the camera is actually on a video guide rail. You can see it in the beginning right there. That's what's moving on the physical portion of it.
Wow.
Wow, look at how smooth that is. That is amazing. Wow.
These are all shot and conformed in 24 frames per second, so that's why it takes a lot longer. It's not I think Robot Chicken does 14 frames per second, so you're getting smooth movements out of this.
Way to go.
That's why it takes so long.
Impressive.
So did you guys see published this a while back, but did you guys see the Godzilla 2000 feature that I did?
I think I might have. I gotta see it.
It's in the folders if you wanted to pull it up. It's in there. It's under the stop motion stills. I don't mind if you share the stop motion stills pictures. Those are fine to share too if you want to.
Show it all. Show everything.
A little bit of behind the scenes in there.
Loading.
Loading? Oh, okay. Alan, are you back home or are you still in Italy?
I'm back home.
Oh, okay, good. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
How do I do that? Okay. Here we go.
Wow.
There you go. So none of this is too much of a spoiler. I've already posted these stills in the past. This is some of the cast. Well, that's not part of the video. That's part of the other stop motion that I did. But
Okay.
yeah, that's going to be the anniversary right there. That was fun to do. That one right there I did with a spray bottle of water, and then I colored it green in post.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's so creative.
Yeah.
That was during our Alien and Predator videos that Bandai hired me to do. That one was that was a mix of live action with the actual figure. That you guys, if you know, have that Alien figure, that egg is this big.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Wow. Oh my god, that's so scary. I love it.
If you haven't
Yeah.
seen the videos yet, these videos have been published. You can watch those online. This is just kind of stills from it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I've
I
seen
think
this.
that one, the Alien versus Predator video, that was my biggest project I did stop motion wise. It had a lot of work being put into it. That took 3.5 months to complete,
What?
and that was just
How long-
for filming it and everything. For yeah,
How long was the
long
video?
time. It's a 7.5 minute video.
Oh wow.
3.5 months for 7 minutes. That's insane.
Wow,
But
that's
that
insane.
one was a
Wow.
lot of fun.
Congrats.
And they were horrible to work with because they don't stand well. Compared to a Godzilla figure that has a tail that can keep them balanced, I'm having to use a stand
Right.
to hold them up and
Sure.
sticky putty. And that shot was my favorite shot out of all the stop motion I've done. That is my favorite right there. That was filmed with the Predator on a microwave bowl. The dish that you see that goes in a circle in the microwave. Yeah, I took that
Right.
out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm turning it on a bowl to get that shot right there and animating at the same time.
Oh, cool.
So this is circa before I had great technology.
Right.
I was using IKEA lamps to light that scene.
Yeah, this is what you released, right?
This is that's the first sneak peek I released right there with Godzilla 2000.
Yeah, that's awesome. There it is.
There it is. Hint.
Oh my god. Look at that.
I actually, I think I've shown Harold what the actual finished thing looks like. So I took out some stuff for spoiler purposes. There's some other
Sure.
goodies inside the shot.
Oh, actually, really quick, because I just saw the 2000s photo. It just reminded me that was actually my first introduction to the line. Like that was the first figure that I bought, and I backtracked and I used actually your website. Like I at one point I
There you
printed out
go.
the whole list, and I was like checking them off at one point. So thank you. But yeah, actually, I started with actually watching, like going to the website and actually looking at like weird, like you had like the breakdown of like where you could buy it and like the different price points that they had it at, and I was like, this is everything like a collector needs, just to go through and just buy the whole line. I was like, this is the best way to do this. So it actually helped me actually complete it. Yeah. And you had like the links, which made it so much easier. So I literally was just like, click, click, click. All right, there we go. Now I can order
There
it.
you go.
And
Nice.
my life's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's so cool,
I did a
man.
lot of backtracking because I started at the Millennium and then I worked my way backwards and forward at the same time.
I still don't have that figure.
No?
What?
I can't find it. Someone snatched it before I could get it, so
Oh,
can't.
wow.
I don't have that figure. Yeah.
We
you
have
know
to
what?
find
I
you that
know.
figure.
I know it's difficult to find. There's
Yeah.
been a couple deals that have been popping up here and there. People getting rid of them when not knowing really how much those aftermarkets currently demanding. So if they're out there,
Yeah.
they're out there for sure. So
Yeah, you got to take a look on those SA's Monster Arts groups, man. You know you're a moderator at one of them, dude. You got to just bite the bullet.
I don't know, man. I have trust issues.
Me too. I'm gonna be honest with you. Me too. That's why I don't do it a lot. But I get offers, all the time of people just like, "Hey, look,
Harold. The nice thing
is
is that guy right there is the original, and that was a general release. So now that we've seen Godzilla 2002 been released, we can see some possibly other reissues of general releases that were a lot older. So there's a chance. There's a chance
Okay.
that one can be
Everybody
reissued.
else.
Special color version, that's a one and done deal. You guys missed out if you don't have it. It's done.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So,
Alrighty. Well, I don't know. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Alrighty.
I'll keep them crossed for you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. So we're at an hour and 44 minutes, but it's been an awesome hour and 44 minutes. This has been a lot of fun. Michael, thank you so much for coming on the show. And Brandosaurus Rex, thank you, brother. You are our brand new Titan Master, the 6th Titan Master, guys. So for you guys in the chat, you guys don't know, he's joined our team. Alrighty, and
One of us. One of us. One of us.
embrace
And,
it. Embrace.
Embrace it all.
Yes.
The power.
Yes.
It consumes me.
There you go.
Yeah. So now I gotta be open with you guys. Moving forward, there will be some changes to the schedule of our show because, like I work I work full time as a, self-employed now and things like that. So like things, like normally on a Saturday I had no classes, but now I have classes now and things like that. So um, we are gonna do a schedule change for our show moving forward, you know what I mean? But we'll inform you guys, you know what I mean? And like, but we're gonna try and do something that can be beneficial for everybody. Like right now, like where we are right now, I mean, it's, it's 1:46 in the afternoon for me, but like for you guys elsewhere, that's like 1:46 in the morning. That's where you are, right, Brandon? You're like getting sleepy
Yeah,
eyed.
it's 1:46 camp right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dedication is real right now.
Yeah, and Alan's in the same time zone as I am, so he's got no problem. But like, it's more for people over, in the States and stuff like that. So we're gonna try and figure something out for you guys, and then but the show will go on. So for our next episode, we're gonna have Panoramic Toys as our next special guest. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. So we'll send you some. We'll be posting some info on that very soon. All right, guys. So as soon as we can figure out like what the new time slot is and things, we'll let you guys know. All right. So in closing out, guys. So Michael, thank you so much. It was awesome having you. Fantastic show.
Thank you.
Brandon, thank you so much for coming on. You are now a new Titan Master. Alan, thank you so much, man. You saved the show, man. I was like sweating because, like, you know what I mean? Because we got caught in a specific in a special situation where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to open the show. Akira couldn't come on. Patrick had trouble coming on, and Isaiah, he's doing his military training, I think, and stuff like that. So he'll probably be back next month. You know what I mean? So yeah. So there's lots of stuff that we have to figure out and we have to sort out and things, but we'll get it done.
I was so ready to fill your shoes, man. I had like this going on there.
Oh
Wow.
my god!
It's surprising.
And because you keep making fun of my skinny arms, I had this prepared.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
They're backwards. You realize that, right? They're backwards, right? You got weird arms.
Oh my god! That was great.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that was funny.
All right,
Oh my
guys.
God. Amazing.
All right, guys. So everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming on with us today. It was a pleasure, and we will check you guys next time. All right, guys. Take care, everybody. Okay. So for you guys, stay on. Okay, and Alan will end the show. Okay. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Shut the fuck up!